everybody, mine's Farm Man and welcome back to another vlog. It's been a few months, well it's been about a month now since my last video. Look at this beautiful, it's actually a beautiful day, it's a beautiful October day. Boom. This is what I was going to show you. This is my newest purchase. We're looking at the back end at the moment. This is I have been told it's a 1972, but I need to do the serial numbers and everything and get it road registered to see what year it actually is. It is a Zetor. It is a Zetor 6718. Of course, it's got the loader on with the one bucket. It's got a bit of a hydraulic leak down there. So yeah, we'll start at the back and work our way around. So you can see on the back, it needs new rubbers all around the windows. These have all gone rock hard. Do some new rubbers around there. It's got the split window in, so this is your bottom window. As you can see, the windows could do with a wash, which it is what it's going to have after this video. It's got a fiberglass roof with it, which might need refiberglassing. Coming down sort of onto the back wings, it's got indicator and your brake lights. This one of course is fucked. That bulb in there is broken as fuck, so these are going to come off and just get some new ones because they're shagged. This side of course there's no casing around it, so I'll take these ones off and put a new set on. But that's also because if you look underneath, well, you can see into the cab. So this side wants this panel sort of cutting off and redoing. It's got a couple of holes here. This side isn't quite as bad. Underneath here is, so we'll take the wheel off and do all them, and there's down in there as well. So of course you've got your link arms, your 3-point. This one's also got a pickup hitch on it. I don't know whether this was stock for all of them. It's also got a bit of a hydraulic leak somewhere. I think the PTO seal might have died on this one. Not to worry, we'll put a new one in it. It's got the pickup hitch on it, which you can turn around and put the drawbar end on. Now, I don't know whether you can see it right at the back there. So you can spin this round and put the drawbar on. It basically just works off this handle here. You click that, it pulls this one across. This side needs a spring on and everything. So of course it's got one spool valve and one trailer light. This is the wrong light. As you can see, this is a 4-pin and most British ones are 7. So yeah, it has one work light which is kind of welded onto this hook here. This doesn't work. It's just going to come off. I've got some LED ones I'm going to put on instead for front and back. The LED ones are way better. They're so much more brighter. So coming underneath, of course, you've got your half shafts. That's what I've read in the manual. These are half shafts and they're half full of oil. So it's sort of like this bottom piece here holds the oil, and that's kind of how it goes. It could do with a wash, and it is going to have one whilst it's nice and sunny. So going around this way, of course it's on the lower tyres as well, so it's not as tall. It's only on 16.9s, and I think that's on 30 somethings. So again, this side needs some welding underneath. You know, it's just where it rots out, but majority of the cab isn't that bad. Again, seals on the window have all perished. It has been kept indoors like all its life apparently. So you've got your battery in there. There's one in there and one that side. We'll have a look around the outside first. So it's got power steering, works this on this, and then there's just this is your actual steering arm off your steering wheel, which comes onto this sort of ram here, which does all your steering. So you've got your 2 filters, your primary and your secondary, and I think there's a third in there. That's your diesel pump. It's got a compressor on this model as well, which I think they all had. So it's a 4-cylinder diesel, and it was rebuilt when they owned it. So it's like a new engine. So none of the front should be leaking. None of the front really does leak. The fan belt feels tight enough. Could probably do with actually a bit more on that actually. You might even want a new one. Well, I'll have to adjust it, but there's your radiator, your air intake to your air filter, and the I'm pretty sure this is your power steering stuff in here. It is a bit dented on the front, and it's got its lights missing, and it's got a few dents in it, but nothing horrendous. So where does that leak come from? No, it's just coming off the ram. It'll be alright. It's one of the seals on the front. Now, I've been told these sort of loaders, this is a Quickie 230 loader. I've been told the single rams have always had a bit of a leak on them. So it's got kind of like a front suspension unit on it as well, which is what these are. So, but yeah, it's a nice little thing. Just shut the bonnet. God, if I could figure out how. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, ping that down, and then that sort of just slots under there. It should be a lot tighter than that, but it's what it is. So it is an old Quickie one converted. It has got the old tip drop mechanism still on it, but it's just converted. So this is the bucket, like new still. It's got nothing really on it. I don't know why it's painted orange though. So the secondary battery is in here. So it is 2 on it, and they both run to the starter motor. So I don't know whether that makes it 24 or just 12 still. So we'll have a look at the other things. I got this set of muck forks over here for it. So this set here came with it. These are off of David Brown apparently, and they've just been modified to fit that. I also got a set of bale forks with it over as well. They're red, but we'll have a jump in the cab and have a look at it. And if it'll start, we'll run it, but you never have no idea with this thing. It's quite warm in here. So, as you can see, it's all perished. On the floor there's a hole here that needs welding up. It's got all this sort of foam needs coming out really. Now he said all the oil that was around here was when his dad filled it up, was filling the back end up. He used to just fill it up and not wait for it to go down, so it chucked loads of it everywhere. That's what I've been told. So I'll have to have a go at filling myself and see what it does. So as you can see, it is a fucking big cab. It sits right on the edge of the wings. So you have an extra sort of set. You can fit 3 people in here, 3 or 4 people if you really wanted. So this is your fuel tank coming around to your dash. There's your filler for, I'm assuming that is filler for that little box in there, the steering box, but I don't know. So it's got hand PTO, high end 540 or 1000 or reverse. That's what this has got. There's your high and low. I think that's your selector for 540 or 1000. Handbrake, of course your seats and everything. Now it is a fucking big cab. I can almost stand up in it. So I'm coming over. You bugger. So power. This is load it up. Load it up is push. Load it down is back to you. Bucket same way. And this is the one for your trailer. So looking at this, it may look a bit confusing, but these are your hours or your rev counter, temp. I'm not sure what that one is, and I'm not sure what that one is, and this is your amp meter, you know, for your dynamo or alternator. Now I've read in the manual that these have a fuel gauge and an oil pressure gauge, so I'm assuming one of these is fuel, one of these is oil. I don't know. Of course, the Zetor steering wheel, your lights, well, your indicators anyway. This is your hand throttle, so you can pull that. Gears all the way up and down like that is neutral. That's forward, well that's first actually, and back to use reverse. Down into the next section is second, I think is up, and third is back, like that, and then right down I think it's fourth and then fifth, but it might be the other way around. I'm still getting used to it because it's really odd. Splitter brakes, so you can split them as usual. Clutch, emergency pull to stop, your fuses are in there, that's your start button. You can open the roof on this model as well, and it also has the window wiper, which I need to get fixed. But yeah, there's the big hole, the big gaping hole. But this is what I mean by the split sort of window design. As you can see, this is the bottom and this is the top. I need to try and open this window as well, but this is the bottom, which is the only pane of glass missing, and I am going to get one for it, and then it's all that done. But the plan is to weld it all up and sort of paint the cab. You know, sort of take the glass out, give it a bit of a sand and a bit of a paint, and sort of just tidy the thing up. It just wants a bit of looking after, really. Now you've heard me ramble on enough. I have no idea whether it is going to start, because it is a 12 volt. It's got two 12 volt batteries. It's actually got the battery off of that in it at the moment. Now if you look at the Major actually looks quite small. There's a few things to show you on that. I've done all the lights on it. It's pretty much ready to go on the road, that thing is. So that's staying. I'm not selling that. So you put your key in. Your key goes in there. You push. Hit click. And then right down here you'll see a very small light. And I think, yeah, the front lights do come on, and then there's a work light up there. That work light works, that one doesn't, and it's got no rear ones. So I think you push it in like that, you pull your throttle a bit. Oh, the door's coming to shut. We'll shut the door. So as you can see, it is a fucking big cab. Push that down. Now I'm hoping it should start. You're going to be a cunt, aren't you? So I reckon there's something dodgy on the key, because you have to just tweak it. So I reckon one of the starters is stuck on it. As you can see, it doesn't really smoke at all. It's had an engine rebuild, like I said, so it does tick over quite nicely. It's a bit slow for it. But on this particular model, you just push the throttle right round, which I'll show you in a bit, and it does just stop. So yeah, what else was I going to show you? So it came with all these pins and everything. There's the rear mirror for it, another spare gasket, no idea what that's for, some little bits there. Came with another top link as well. I think a bird nested in here at one point, because it's, what's it? And I'm assuming these little pipes here are for the brake, because it does have a tendency to one of the brakes doesn't work, but one of them sticks on. So I'm going to try and get some new master cylinders for it, another top for the pot, and what I'll do is when I do them, I'll take all the pipeline to bits and blast it all through with the airline and see what it does. It might fix the problem and they might settle. I don't know yet, but there's fucking hundreds of flies in it. Now all this white stuff is kind of like a protective sort of cover thing. It's all wrapped around everything, so I'm going to get the knife and cut it all out. Cut all this loose shit out anyway. This bit can stay because it's fine, but all the loose stuff can come out. So yeah, I can't really drive it one-handed neither, because it's like, and it just squeals on the brakes. But you know, there's the 3 points. Yeah, PTO. I'll show you how the PTO works. So you've got it in. This is in 540 now. So you just drop it down on the handle, kicks it in, pickup comes up. You know, all your levers come up, so you can drop them down and just pick them back up, and they all pick up. And then if you want it to stop, you just pull the handle up. So it is technically live drive on a different system. Doesn't really smoke too much. So like I said, if you want to turn it off, you just push the throttle right across and it turns it off. So that's my Zetor 6740, no 6718. I'm going to get so confused saying that. So I'm going to put it to the battery on. I'm going to take it topping as well, which I might record. The reason for no videos, I've been working really hard to buy this tractor. It cost me, I got it for 2,900. So I had to pretty much save, and I've had to work quite hard for the thing, so I couldn't really do videos. And I've been, I'll leave that cab door open, it's fucking warm in there. I've done all the lights for this tractor as well. So I've done the side lights here, I've done the rear number plate light for it, everything for this tractor. This one's done pretty much. So yeah, that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy farming and goodbye.